Hello my friends, and welcome back to The Long Dark, Zero to Hero, in our quest to survive in a frozen, post-apocalyptic world. My name is Sprocket. Currently we are inside a little cabin that is giving us some protection from a terrible storm. There's a blizzard going on right now, and in addition to that there is a bear. We did identify a bear has returned to this area and is walking between where we need to get to, back at Trapper's cabin. If we take a look at the world map here, we are here at Mystery Lake, probably in this corner, kind of in this area over here, I think. We need to make our way back across these mountains to Trapper's cabin, and then possibly over to the camp office. But my main goal for this episode is we do need to get over to Forlorn Muskeg, possibly all the way to the bottom, where there is a forge. We can begin the process of making bows and arrows, so that will allow us to begin to use projectile weapons against the bear, the wolves, and even doing some of our own hunting if we want to. I did drop the rabbit pelts to cure just a little bit while we're waiting for the storm to clear up, and I thought, I think my down, what is this? The down improvised insulation that has down feathers inside of it. Maybe we could take a few minutes and fix this up. And I'll look over the rest of my clothing and decide if we want to do some additional repairs. But for now, let's see if we can fix this up. We do have 4 ptarmigan down, so we'll take 2 of those and 1 cloth. Let's see if we can get this back up above 70%, closer to 100%. Depending on our... Oh, that was a fast fail. I was going to say, depending on our skill level with sewing, which obviously is not very good. I'm going to get 2 more cloth if we harvest this pillow with our knife. We can try that again. Unfortunately, I think we did just lose our down feathers. We're down to 2 now. We had 4 to start with, and every attempt is that's a failure. We do lose our crafting materials, so this could be our last attempt here. Alright, let's repair. A success. Nice. We're back up to 100%. Leveled up our sewing just a little bit there. It's nice to look at our character once in a while. Sometimes I forget to take a look at ourselves, but this is us. Just kind of hanging out, surviving the apocalypse. We never do quite warm up. As you can see, our nose stays red. Cheeks and nose do stay red pretty much the whole time. But we're actually looking pretty amazing with these 2 expedition parkas. We've got that Cowichan sweater. So I mean, for most of the time we are actually really warm. Some of this clothing is like top tier survival gear. Okay, so sorting by condition here, looks like our long johns are getting a little bit low in condition, 74%. Everything else is above 75. So let's try to fix these long johns and get them back up to 100% ish. Okay, 100% on those. Very good. We're not going to bother with those old socks. The socks we have on are plenty good. Alright, I still hear the wind, but I do want to take a peek and see what the weather's like. Oh, you know what? It looks really good. It is windy, but it's not like a full-on blizzard or anything. The only problem with this wind is it is going to prevent us from carrying a torch. But we can use a, if I have any. Yeah, we got these flares we can carry with us. Okay, I'm going to grab these rabbit pelts. And we're still lightweight, which for me is very uncomfortable. I do tend to travel heavy all the time, as you know. Actually, I'm trying to do a better job. But just to kind of round off our weight situation, I will take a couple more items to carry with us. Maybe another plant even. There we go. And our weight situation, we're at 37 out of 40 kilos. I'll probably pick up a few sticks along the way. But believe it or not, guys, I do try to travel. I am trying to do better at traveling lightweight. You know what? These rugs are Ooh, these are actually kind of cool looking rugs. I don't know if we need any more rugs, but since we're here, these look like they're identical. Let's check our weight now. 39.35. Okay, that is more like it. Let's get going. Okay, let's get out our torch for safety. Get a little bit of food. I don't know when we'll be back this way again. So we do have the guts with us that we have quite a bit of guts. And that was really the main reason we came here. I did want to do some cooking of the bear meat. But the wind blew out our fire last night. I got a little bit of cooking done. Oh, hey, look at that. The wind has stopped. That is perfect timing. Okay. Huh. I should probably head up this hill. Let's see if we can kind of skirt our way around the bear territory. The wolves are out as well. They do tend to stay a little more down. They don't usually come up here. So I think we'll be okay. This is kind of cool. Is this like a road at some point? Alright, we're going to keep our eyes open for the bear and the wolves. I'm absolutely loving this clarity. So we can see the predators. If they're here. Well, I don't like the steep incline though. We might get a... I'm going to do a little bit of running here. Let's see if we can avoid getting a sprain. There we go. Okay. It'd be nice if we could spot the bear. So we know where he is. If we can't see him, then there's a good chance we're just going to walk right into him. I don't see him anywhere. Man, the clarity is just amazing though. Look, we can see the fire tower. Way over there. That is amazing. Yeah. Okay, well, bear, I don't see you. That makes me really nervous. It makes me think he is up ahead somewhere. So I have to be extra careful at using my ears. Now, at some point, I thought in my gameplay over the years, I thought there may have been a bunker here or something, but I never, don't think I ever have found it. Oh, this is really steep, actually. Let's kind of hug this edge over here. Well, it's still really steep. There we go. Okay, I'm not so concerned about wolves right now as the bear, but I will... I don't know, maybe I should have this out. This isn't going to help against the bear, but it will help me get a fire started real quick, maybe. I don't know. I guess not really. Don't hear anything. Don't hear anything, and I don't see anything. Coming over the hills is particularly dangerous, I think. Just come right over a hill on top of the bear. That would be bad. But this, gosh, guys, I could not ask for better weather for traveling, really. Almost no wind and very good visibility. No fog. No sign of the bear. Okay, here's where I get a little nervous, because we do have these hills right here. And this is a steep one. It would be very hard to make a fire on this hill if we had to. Ooh, I'm kind of worried about a sprain. I'm going to stop here for a second. Don't hear anything. Alright, let's do a little bit of sneaking. Get some visibility over this hill. Okay, I don't see anything. So I think we are safe to proceed with caution. Grab some sticks along the way, so we're almost there. Okay, I think we're safe. If I had to, I could run and get inside. Trapper's Homestead. Place we call home. Actually, I think home base might be more like the camp office, but lately we have been calling this place home, I think. Let's head inside. Nice. It's good to be back safely. Looks like our bear hide is still curing 81%. We're going to add to it with the rabbit hide. But I think before we do that, let's get rid of some of these decorations we brought with us. Let me see if I can do this the right way. So we got to go into that menu, and then I do inventory, and then we can place. Okay, nice. We can place these. So where should we put these guys? Put him there. We have the radio. Can we put the radio up here? Oh, we can. Nice. I gotta fix that. That looks better. I've got a plant here. I don't know. Do we have a spot for the plant? I need another table, really. Guess we could put the other plant in the corner right here. Need like a little table right here. Lift it up by the light. Give it some water. Okay, we've got another... Oh, we got some paintings. That actually helps a lot, guys. The paintings, I like that. We need to keep it away from the heat of the fire, though. I think it might damage the artwork a little bit. And how about this one? Put it on the ceiling? Actually, you might be able to put it up here. I don't know. I am running out of space, though. Let's see. It went green for just a second there. I saw it go green. Oh, right there. Okay, good enough. Didn't realize how small this place was. I'll put another fish over here to keep us company. I'll put it above the window. I need
snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Are you thirsty? We can help you with that. Alright, I've got another rug. Now we can move this one over here. I think that the rugs do help with the temperature a little bit too. I think. Feels like it anyway. We've got a shelf. Ooh. You never have enough, too many shelves. Could probably put this over here. And then we've got another rug. Okay, we were going to use this to wipe our feet. Looks like we already have one there. Put that one there. Got another coat rack. Put it by the door, I think. I'll put it right here. And then last piece, we do have a clock. Put it by the crafting table. Seems like a logical place to have a clock. Can watch the time as we craft. Okay, that was everything, right? Yes. It feels better. Especially like the paintings. That really does help a lot. Okay, well, we made it safely back. This is very, very good. Turn of events here. We didn't encounter the bear. Let's drop these rabbit pelts. Get those curing. Now the guts we can put inside the locker. We have quite a bit of crafting materials now, and we are going to be taking a lot of these with us as we go to the Forlorn Muskeg. Let's transfer all these guts for now. I'll probably take some with us, or you know what? We could even just craft the bow here. We could craft the arrow shafts and the bow. And we've got the deer hide. We could possibly craft the travois. That's actually a really good idea. A lot of comments about the need to get a travois crafted, a sled essentially. And once the other bear hide is cured, we could craft a bearskin coat or a bear bed, I think. Let me take all of these for now. And we'll get a couple more ptarmigan down maybe. We'll do 2. Because we used up our other one doing the repairs. They don't weigh very much, 0.02. Should I grab 2 more maybe? I don't know. I have a feeling we'll probably kill some ptarmigan and harvest some of their feathers. Okay, so we got the workbench. I did want to take a look at what it takes to craft a travois. Yeah, so we can do the arrow shaft. That's awesome. We do need to craft a bow. Did I not? I didn't get the guts, did I? Let me grab some of those. Oh, we're thirsty. That's right. Okay, we'll take all those. I'm going to leave the rest. Actually, how much cloth do I have? I have 0 cloth. Right? Yeah, so I'll take one of these. I'll do 2. I'll take 2 cloth with us. Okay, let's check out the crafting situation here. So we can craft the travois. Nice. We do have enough to craft that. How long is that going to take? 3 hours. Let me get hydrated here. We'll just use the radio menu, I think. We're getting kind of low on water, actually, guys. That is a problem. If I'm going to be doing lots of crafting here, we definitely need some more water. Oh, we got some up here. Okay. We are prepared. I just need to look around. Let's get a drink. We're not hurting for food. Daylight might be a little bit of a problem. But let's get the travois crafted up. We may as well just do 3 hours. And do we want to use the knife or the hatchet? Let's see. It just changed the time. 3 hours, 4.5 hours. So we'll use our. You know what? That would be cool. If we could kill that cougar, we could get the cougar claw knife. So anyway, we're going to use our regular hunting knife, and we'll spend 3 hours. All right, let's go. Watch the sun setting pretty quickly. Nice. We have the travois. That is going to help a lot as we do our travels and whatnot. Okay. I do need to remember to take the heavy hammer with us. Maybe I should just take it now. We're going to need that for sure. And I can just see myself forgetting that. Sounds like something I would do, don't you think? Okay, we'll top up our water here. I'm going to take advantage of the little bit of remaining daylight. Let's craft. You know what? We could craft an arrow. Let's do an arrow shaft. I think we do have one or multiple arrow arrowheads currently. So let's see. We're going to craft 3 arrow shafts. It's going to take 30 minutes. All right, let's go. This is really going to allow us to use our bow once again. Simple arrow. Looks like I only have the 1 arrowhead. Yeah, I only have 1 arrowhead. It's going to take 1.5 hours. I think I should, though. Yeah, let's do it. I think I should have at least one way of defending myself. And we made it perfectly in time before the sun went down. Okay, let's get a drink. How tired am I? I'm pretty tired, and it's getting late. I think I'm just going to go to sleep, and we'll spend some more time in the morning crafting. Probably craft the bow. Our current bow is really in bad shape. Okay, we got plenty of calories, so I'm just going to head to sleep then. Let's go for 10 hours. It may still be dark when we wake up. Well, let's see where that leads us. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning, guys. I was worried about that. I saw as I went to sleep that I forgot to get a drink. Looks like I didn't take too much damage from that. That's kind of a bad mistake. I kind of lucked out there. Okay, it is still barely dark. Maybe I could pass time just a little bit, or if I could see, do we have any whetstones? I do need to sharpen our knife, but I don't remember seeing a whetstone here. We might have one in our inventory, actually. Let's check this. Any whetstones? There we go. We've got a whetstone. Okay, let's get our knife back into good shape. And the sun's going to come up as we do this. There we go. You know, I'm going to keep going just because our knife is getting kind of low in condition. And we're going to need that for crafting. So it's up to 92. Percent increase is 4% every time. $96. One more time should give us 100%. Nice. Okay. 100% knife. And our hatchet's at 97. So we're actually doing really good. Okay. We can go back to crafting now. I am watching our hunger meter. Maybe I should eat a little bit. Sort alphabetically here. Maybe I'll eat some of these low quality beef jerky. I'll eat another beef jerky. Okay, survival bow. That is going to take 5 hours. Wow, 5 hours, okay. That is something we could save and craft when we get to the Spence Family Homestead. Because, you know, we are spending some time here. It is kind of increasing our cabin fever risk. 5 hours. My only concern is it might be cold there, but to be honest, our clothing has been doing really well at keeping us warm. So I might wait on this. Same with the arrow shafts. We'll just take, should I take all of this gear with us? We do have the travois. Okay, so now I think really we're just going to pack up and plan what we're taking with us. Might take that. So we're not currently heavy, are we? Let me get some water. Okay, our weight is 35.6 kilograms. All right, I'm just going to systematically look through our stuff here, So we're good here. I might actually drop some sticks. You know what? We have quite a bit of wood here. Oh well, let's just drop it. Take 3 with me just in case. How are we doing for rocks? Oh, I've got 4 rocks. Okay. What else? I do have a pry bar, don't I? So I've got the saw. I've got the hatchet. I've got the heavy hammer. The knife. Sharpening stone is getting kind of low. Maybe I'll swap this. If we have a different one in the locker, I might actually swap that out. Sewing kit is kind of getting low. Yeah, I think we're good to go, guys. Can't think of anything else we need. I'm going to leave these socks here. We don't need the extra socks. I saw those. There you go. All the other clothing we are currently wearing. I came over here for something. Don't you hate that when you forget that? Oh, that's right. I was going to see if we had a whetstone. Do we have any other whetstones or sewing kits? I guess I should just look through all these. It's mostly just cloth, a little bit of cattails. Yeah, nothing we need. Okay, so we can set out. One last thing, I will check how many torches we have that are above 30%. We are good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 somewhat decent torches. I may actually take 1 more, depending on our travel situation. You know what? I'll just leave it. We can always make more. And I will take 1 cedar. You know what? I'm probably just going to pick up sticks as we go, so I'll leave it. All right, guys, we are ready to head out. We will take this book with us, I guess, because we still have 7. No, we have 3 hours remaining. Ooh, we only have 3 hours on that book. Frontier shooting. Maybe I should take a gun book. We'll take Frontier shooting guide with us, because I think we're going to finish up that other book here. Wow, I forgot about these MREs. I'm going to take an MRE. Okay, here we go. And of course we have some fog to greet us, because I told our plans out loud. The sun is still coming up. A little bit on the cold side. Maybe I'll read for an hour. I don't think we're going to get cold, and the fog might actually lift. Maybe it's already lifting. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, I'm going to read for an hour. Let's go ahead and read. See what happens with the visibility. Visibility is much better. Oh, by the way, guys, I've had some great comments that I should probably keep my belly full as we are heading out, especially from a base camp kind of area. So maybe I should top up our food and water. So let's go back inside and grab just a little bit more water. Well, I hope the weather doesn't change. Seems like whenever I come inside, the weather changes. Right about there is good. And then as far as food goes, what do we want to eat? I guess I'll eat an MRE. Nice, that was actually just about perfect. Okay, not bad. Let's get a torch out. I don't think we'll have any problems encountering the wolves, but you never know. If I can keep my visibility pretty good, then I don't think I need to carry a lit torch. But we all know that that has come back to bite me. Especially if I'm not paying attention. Come around the corner and there's a wolf, or walking through the trees. No sign of the bear this morning. By the way, this looks like a good little escape route. Can I get up this? I can. Nice. So if we needed to hunt the moose or the bear, we could actually use that. Speaking of which, guys, let's get out our bow now that we actually have an arrow. And I'm going to switch. Nice. That feels so good. Even though we just have the one arrow, it feels so good to have a bow again. To defend ourselves or, you know, wound an animal. Feels really good. Okay, so we do have the heavy hammer. I need to obtain several items. I need to get a bunch of coal and some scrap metal. Oh, let me walk around here. Could be wolf here. Don't see any wolves. Now I'm pretty sure I've checked this, but I'm just gonna walk down. Let's check this body. I'm like 90% positive we've already checked this. Oh my gosh, guys. We have not checked this. Oh my gosh.
Never know when I might need to defend myself.
36%. How have I not checked this before? I thought I saw something. And look, we got another arrow. Another arrowhead. Wow. That is actually really good. I keep hearing noises, so I'm looking around. Okay, are there any more feathers? Yes. Every little feather counts. It's going to be helpful for us. Wow, okay, that was really good. We got ourselves another bow. And there is a birch tree. You can tell it's a birch tree because of the way it is. And we got some birch bark. I don't see any more bark, but I'll walk this way a little bit. I can hear the wolves out. They're probably hungry for breakfast. Nobody's fed them lately. What is that? Oh, it's a deer. Okay, I'm not going to mess with the deer. But I'm glad he's here because that means there's not a wolf in the immediate area. At least not like right behind this tree. Yeah, I got a little bit of birch bark today. Might need that to keep warm while we are forging. Warm up a tea of birch bark and stay warm. It's actually too valuable to use just for staying warm. It does, it recovers health, actually. Did I hear something? I think I see some wolves up ahead by the train tracks. Whoa, the sun is coming out. That is cool. That peak reminds me, we do need to get to the top of Timberwolf Mountain and get some loot up there. I think that's our next objective. After we do some crafting at the forge, we can... am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. Okay. There's a wolf up ahead, unfortunately. Could probably race him to the train tunnel. Oh, 2 wolves. Got 2 wolves up ahead. I might just run for it. Any second now they're going to spot me. Okay, now I know I mentioned that we might go to the camp office, but I don't really have a reason to, now that I think about it. I think we have all the materials we need. So let's just make our way to the forge. Just doing a little bit of searching here. Okay. Let's make our way to the forge. Ooh, yeah. Nice. I was kind of worried that Forlorn Muskeg would have some fog. Seems like coming through here. It does quite often get foggy. And the weather might change. You never know here. Alright, this is good, guys. We planned ahead for ourselves. Scrap metal and coal. Just what we need. Now we are heavy. Let me check our... Do we want to deploy the travois? Where is the... You know, I got to figure this out. It's been so long since I've used a travois. One of the problems with the travois, though, is that you can't have a weapon in your hands or a torch. So I think I'll just travel just a little bit heavy. I will probably continue to pick up sticks as we go, because the sticks are going to help us get the forge up to temperature. And then we can use the coal to get us the extra way up. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about the wolf situation. Okay, I'm actually going to switch to the flare. I'm going to hug the side wall here a little bit. Once we get down to the Muskeg proper, the swampy area, I don't think we'll see sticks quite so many. I'm going to enjoy this visibility while it lasts. The weather is just amazing today. I love it. Okay, now if we can get the proper equipment, like bows and arrows and things, at some point we could go into the Bleak Inlet. Could be a good area to loot. It is considered one of the more dangerous areas, though, because of the abundance of the timber wolves, especially around the cannery area. Which is why we would need the bow. Alright, I'm going to light this. I hear noises. Yeah, that's what I thought. He was sneaky. I could hear him sneaking up on me. I was using my ears. Sneaky little guy. Okay, so I don't need the tea. The mushrooms over there. Let's keep this lit. Especially visibility is just kind of tricky through here. Those wolves are so sneaky. I was really pushing my luck to go that far without having a lit torch in my hands. Okay, so we've got some crows. Where's the sun? So there's going to be a dead body around here. See the shadows right there? Okay, this is tricky. Don't want to fall through the ice. Run, 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 run. Oh my gosh. Oh. If we fall through the ice, we are in trouble. So nerve-wracking. Actually making really good progress though with this visibility. Got the radio tower. The weather changes so quickly here. Wonder if we'll make it to the farmhouse without a storm coming in or a fog. I wonder what that old moose is doing. The one we shot up in Hush River Valley. He's still walking around, I'm sure. He's waiting for our return.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Okay, now I probably should go into this cave. There's going to be a cave up here, and it is going to have more coal. I don't know though, because one of my concerns about going into the cave is that the cave might belong to the next territory, which would be Leak Inlet. And my problem with going into the cave is that if you go into a new territory, it starts a clock ticking. The loot actually begins to degrade a lot quicker. And so maybe, I can't remember if the cave belongs to Bleak Inlet or to Hush River Valley. I'm going to do an experiment. We're going to go into the cave and we will find out what territory it belongs to. I'm a little bit turned around though. I think I need to proceed this way a little bit farther. Got a dead body over here. Yeah, guys, I'm a little bit turned around.
I might have to drop some gear.
I'm kind of worried that I missed the cave, so I'm actually going to backtrack just a little bit. If the cave is here, it's going to be like right around this corner. So it's not like I'm wasting a lot of time here. I just need to take a peek. I think... Is this it? I don't think it's here. All right. So I feel better now. We can keep going. I do want to check our tea situation. Do I have herbal tea? No, I actually probably should harvest these. Yeah, by herbal tea, I'm actually thinking of reishi tea. We don't have any reishi tea. I do have the pills though. I guess that's okay. Okay, so no cave, right? Okay. Just felt like it should be there. So we've got 2 bows, but both of them are in pretty bad shape. And we only have 1 arrow. Wonder if that's a deer or a body. There can be a moose in this area. Okay, here's the cave. Nice. Looks like we have a deer. Nice. So, I do want the hide of that to start curing it. Don't really need the meat right now. But the hide would be really good to get curing. I'm going to explore the cave first.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yes, we can drop some of this gear. Okay, so we are in Forlorn Muskeg, it says in the corner there. So that is good news. As long as I don't exit this cave, then we will not go into the new area. I am going to drop our sticks here. And how much coal do we have, by the way? 7 pieces of coal. I may drop these just to stay a little bit lightweight while we explore. Because we're hopefully going to find more. If we're really lucky, we'll run into the cave rabbit. Bury the cave rabbit. It is a sign of good luck if you come across Barry. And really, I should have brought a carrot for him. But, you know, it's kind of rare to see him, though, so we may not even see him. Alright, let's get a new torch. We're down to 2 torches. Let's see, I'll check down here. I think this is a dead end. Yeah. Now, when we get to the Spence Family Homestead, I hope there's more metal that I can break down because I really don't have all that much metal. Wow, guys, this is kind of unusual. There's usually at least a little bit of loot here. Okay. Is this a dead end? No, there's a crawl space there. Grab these. I may have to make a fire here pretty soon to get some more torches. Got a little bit of coal. It's looking pretty good. Some loot here.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Ooh, that is really good. Some more antibiotics. Okay, my torch is getting pretty low. I think this goes back to the crawl space, and then this other direction, I think it ends up exiting the cave. I need to make a fire. Just need to pull some torches here so we don't run out. I may get some water cooking as well.
Turned out pretty well.
Yeah, first try. Nice job. Let's use some sticks. I'll place some water. Okay, let's take some torches here. I can let that water boil while we do some more searching. These are actually really good torches. Yeah, that one's okay. I need to add some more fuel. Take that. I'm going to use the cedar. It's not a very good torch. Alright, let's explore up this way first. I'll be careful not to advance too quickly so I don't accidentally leave the cave. But I do believe this is the exit. Unless I got turned around. Man, I'm really glad that the bears don't appear in these cave systems. That would be crazy in these confined spaces like this. Okay, there's the exit. Get a little bit close just to look for coal. Okay, I don't see any coal. We're going to go back. So that leads to the Bleak Inlet. A whole nother area. It's quite dangerous with all the timber wolves. They hunt in packs, so you have to actually scare the whole pack away instead of just one wolf. They're kind of relentless. It's a welcome sight in a frozen cave. 2 minutes until boiled. Okay, let's put this out. Grab some more torches. We just have one little more area to explore. 4 minutes till boiled.
I need to drop something.
Okay. So we went that way. We do need to check this way. We'll go through the little crawl space. This should bring us back to where we came in. And then just around the corner is the Spence Family Homestead. There's the crawl space. Watch your head. Tell you what, if you've ever been caving, you sure appreciate having a helmet on. Bonk your head so many times in tight spaces like that. Especially me. I like to wear baseball hats, and it does kind of obscure the view. Makes it easy to bonk your head. Okay, no sign of the rabbit today. He might be here another day. I'll drop these torches near the entrance. We'll keep a few of the good ones. You can see that cold air coming down. Okay, I think I do want to harvest this deer just to get the deer hide curing while we do the forging. Here's our pile. Let me grab these. Don't want my torch to go out. We'll use this one. Okay, let's make a pile of torches here. We'll drop all the bad ones. And then we have quite a bit of the good ones. Okay. How many sticks are we carrying? 2 sticks and 12 coal. I do need to take more sticks, because we're going to probably make a fire by this deer. And then also we're going to take a lot of these sticks to the forge. I'll leave a couple sticks here. I may drop some more. I don't know. We're a little bit heavy. Maybe we'll use a travois.
Too much stuff to carry.
Okay, this torch is going to go out. I'm not too happy about this wind. This wind could blow our fire out. I'll have to see.
Come on.
I don't need to spend a lot of time here. Depending on how much meat is on this deer, I may cook it up though.
That's done.
Okay, let's add some fuel. I'll add just a little bit of water, just while we harvest the hide. Let's get the hide first. It's gonna take an hour. Oh, 30 minutes with the knife. That's good, actually. Let's do that. Okay, nice. We got the hide.
Kinda thirsty.
Water's done. Ooh, what did we get? Leveled up something. Let me take a look at what that was. Just vanished, whatever it was. Hold on. Must have been carcass harvesting. Yeah, that would make sense. So we just leveled up carcass harvesting to level 3. You know your way around a carcass. You're quick and can get the best parts without wrecking them. You don't waste time or meat. 25% reduction in meat harvesting times. Can harvest 50% frozen carcasses by hand. And 10% reduction in hide or gut harvesting times. Nice. Okay, this wind. Kind of worried about it. Let's add some sticks. How long to get this meat? 25 minutes. Okay, in that case, we're going to do a little bit more water. Let's get all this meat. Ooh, it's only 12 minutes with the hatchet. And the hacksaw. We'll use the hacksaw because it's easier to repair. Nice, okay. Now, I don't know if we need the guts. We may or may not. May or may not get the guts. Let me cook this meat. Okay. Oop, the wind shifted. Looks like it's down to 10 minutes. It's a little risky adding fuel when the wind is blowing like this. 16 minutes. Let's add a little bit more. The wind may blow that out again. Alright, how long on the guts? 9 minutes? May as well. We can drop the gut and the hide to cure inside the cave. Okay. So far, so good. 13 minutes. Let's harvest one more gut. Okay, this deer is completely harvested. Looks like the wind may have shifted, but that's okay. We'll be able to finish this off. Okay, that is done. And that is done. We'll leave those here for future expeditions. I will put the hide and the guts inside. And we'll leave that. That's fine. Oh, we've got feathers. Any more? We'll leave the rest for the crows to take care of. We'll pick away at the carcass, eat the eyes, some of the other little bits we've left for them.
Too heavy.
So that's one of the only problems with the Spence Family Homestead is there is no interior to leave the hide curing. Here we go. Let's drop that. There is like a... Now that I think of it, there's a prepper's cache. But anyway, we can leave those here to cure. That's fine. Okay, the wind has stopped, actually. That's actually really good. Okay, now, I am heavy. I do have the travois, but I'm going to be walking through wolves. And I can't have a torch while I pull the travois sled. So I'm just going to travel a little bit heavy. How heavy am I? 46 out of 37. I am going to drop... I do have an extra stone I don't need. It's not, doesn't weigh that much, but... Drop that. You know what? I do have some water. Let's drop some water. Drop 3 liters right here. No, I should probably drink. Let's drink first. While we are forging, we should have plenty of water. Because every time
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Every time we forge, I can put some water on to cook. Yeah, so there can be wolves in this area, plus we're going to be going over some rocks and things with limited visibility. I just want to have a torch in my hand as we make this trek. It's a nice little patch of grass here. I'm going to step aside so I don't accidentally light it on fire. We'll leave that. We'll leave this grass for the deer and the moose. There can be a moose here. Haven't seen any signs of the moose though. Looks like we have another cave. Just a very shallow one. Maybe I'll drop a few sticks in the cave. We'll go see if there's any loot inside the cave. Drop some sticks here. We'll take the rest with us for the forge. I don't see any loot. You know, if we collected enough stones, we can actually make a container. It's like a pile of stones that you can actually store items in. I hardly ever do it though, but maybe now that we have the sled, the travois, maybe I should start saving rocks. I am going to put these maples to cure in this. Put it in this little cave, I guess. Anytime I see saplings, especially if they're really close by me, I am going to cut them down and get them curing, even if I don't need them. Because it's so much better to have cured saplings when you need them. Okay, so fresh, here we go, green saplings. We'll drop these two. Get those curing. Those aren't curing. Probably have to go farther back. Right, how about now? Now they are curing. Okay. That's better. Drop a couple more sticks, I guess. Just like a little squirrel, leaving little pockets of, you know, stashes of survival items all across the map. It does pay off. Okay, we're pretty close now. I thought for a minute that I heard ptarmigan. The ice, I think the ice is really thin down there, so we pretty much have to go around. Alright, please don't get a sprain. There we go. I have to go around. You know, I'll go this way. I think we can make it this way. Okay, we are probably getting close to wolves. I'm actually really surprised we haven't seen any on this side of the swamp. Okay, looks like we have made it to the ruins of this Spence Family Farm, or homestead, or whatever this is. Just as the sun is setting. Yeah. No sign of any predators at the moment. I thought I saw a sapling over here. No. Okay. The wolves do love to patrol these ruins. Let's see if there's any loot in here. Bunk houses.
What have we here?
Some cloth. That's one thing I always forget when I come to forge. If you want to make an improvised knife, you do need to have cloth. But we don't need a knife. We've got this knife, and we have the improvised knife back at the trapper's cabin. Are there any other containers here? A little bit of wood. And really, guys, I am quite surprised there are no
Something's
wolves.
making me feel tired.
It's kind of unusual. Makes me think they're just waiting to ambush us once we get to the barn up ahead.
Never would have thought to look here.
Old running shoes. We can harvest those for leather. There's not much else that those are good for. Unless our current shoes get shredded by a bear, which never happens, right? Looks like the fog might be lifting a little bit. This is probably going to be a deer kill right here. Seems like there's always a deer here. I will check it for feathers, though. Welcome to the old Spence Family Homestead. Got an old building over there that needs to be explored. Okay, feathers.
All I could think about is food.
Do we want to grab this guy? Well, the wolves are not here. Maybe I should. Got plenty of fuel. The wind is not a problem right now. I think I will grab this pelt and maybe the meat.
Come on.
All right, let's try it again. You can do this. I wonder what our current fire starting skill is. It's got to be pretty good by now.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
I'd imagine we're like level 3. Okay, the crows have gone to bed. It means the winter night is coming.
That did it.
It's beautiful. Let's start with that. Let's see. I'm just going to get some meat. Let's grab the meat. We'll do this as quick as we can. But we are getting tired. Okay, nice. Let's put our pot down. Whoops, I don't need water. I need to cook. Let's get our pot. Let's grab the meat. We want to put the heaviest piece of meat in here. It's going to be that one. It's just about right. Let's grab the hide. I don't need the guts. Okay, so nighttime is coming. I think we'd be okay to sleep in the barn, even though it is outdoors. But to be safe, we could go up to the bunker. Let's just eat this. It smells so good. 2 minutes on that. Yeah, I think that was a good call. To get that hide while the wolves are away. We filled our belly. We're so tired. How do I get around this? Can I do it right here? It's a little bit tricky. Okay, the orchard. Seems like wolves love the orchard. Man, I'm just so surprised they haven't shown up. There's an old tree stump we can check. Sometimes has some, like a hatchet or a hacksaw. I think it's this one right here, actually. Don't see anything. Sometimes they leave like a hacksaw or hatchet right there. So we'll check that house tomorrow, I think. But guys, this is it. We have made it. Isn't that... Yeah, it's kind of a letdown visually. I was going to say, isn't that amazing? But visually, it's not impressive. But I'll tell you what, this is really something special because we have an outdoor forge right here. We can forge without getting cabin fever because technically we are outdoors. It's really something else. All right, I do, you know what, I'm kind of worried about losing the safe. I hope we haven't already lost it. I think there's a bug where this safe drops down. You know what, it is gone. Because we did pass through here. I remember now, we started this game at the Broken Railroad. And we passed through this territory without coming over here. There's a bug where there's actually some really good loot here usually, but because we passed through here, it has vanished. So that's unfortunate. However, we don't really need anything. So we're in a good situation. We got everything we need, except metal. I need some scrap metal. Up here we do have a bed. Possible I could break down some of this for metal. I don't know, but I might have enough. Nice. I'm kind of worried about the temperature. Should we just head up to the bunker? I'm worried about sleeping tonight in this because if a blizzard rolls in, we could get cold. So, you know what? I'm going to drop the coal and the metal here. Some cloth. You know, I will take that. What the heck? There's already a heavy hammer here. I think that might be pretty rare. I'm not sure, guys, but that seems highly unusual. That is cool, though. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not complaining, but we hauled the heavy hammer all the way here. We did so much adventuring and seeking out. Remember, we had to go all the way up into the Hushed River Valley in order to find this guy, when all along there was already one here. It's kind of crazy, but I'm not complaining. Just a little bit unusual. Let's drop all this coal. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to drop that. I will take a piece of coal with us. Shoot, I didn't mean to do that.
My energy is just disappearing.
There we go. Let's drop these. We'll drop the scrap wood. And then we got the metal. Oh, there's a piece of metal right there. Okay, we're going to drop all the metal here. 6 pieces. That should be enough to make quite a few arrowheads. And then let's get a new torch. Let me check our water situation. I'll drop a liter of water here. I'll put it up here. We'll do some looting in the morning. Got a variety of books already, I can see. Okay. I'm going to make my way up to the safety. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, I better grab this. I will forget to check this.
I wonder who owns this stuff.
Emergency stim. I'm going to leave the antiseptic. But the emergency stim... You know what? Should I take it? We'll just take it. We'll drop it at the bunker. May as well. Okay, up behind these rocks we have safety. We have a place we can sleep for the night. And if we're really lucky, there might be a really good amount of loot. Probably not, though. But guys, if you've made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate you guys coming along. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're having a good time, please take just a minute, press the like button, or you could leave me a comment. It really does help out. I'd love to hear from you guys. And you know, I'll tell you what, if you've made it this far, let's have a secret code you can leave. So I know you've watch the entire episode. If you've made it this far... Oh, we got visitors. Got visitors. That is not good. I'm going to scare him. Yeah, if you made it this far... Come on. My torch is running out, Wolfie. I want you to leave a comment, heavy hammer. And that way I will know you have stayed to the very end. And I do appreciate it. We have a kill here? What is this? Another deer kill. Wow. Okay, I'm going to save that. Probably get that in the morning if I can remember. That actually is really good. But I'm exhausted. We need to get inside. Hope I can find it. I knew those wolves were here. He was just waiting for us. He knew we'd have to come up here to rest. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming along with me, and I do hope to catch you in the next episode. Take care.